Johnny wanna stay. Please, Nurse Gibbons, help me.
Somebody, shut him up!
There, Johnny. You're going to be okay. Doctor, what are you doing? I thought this was supposed to be minor shock therapy.
You're not here to ask questions. You do what you're told, and that's all you do. Now, my friend, I'd like to think of the big picture. Too bad you're not in it.
No!
You know, you're always bitching that your newspaper assignments aren't challenging.
Yeah, but...
I didn't say I was through. Did you see me pause? Huh? Did you? What am I, flapping my mouth so that I can fly away? Huh? Mr. I'm so damn good I don't have to even bother completing my articles? You had 2 days to finish that restaurant review. 2 days. So where the hell is it? People flip through the New Aris Chronicle because they want to know where's the happening place to eat. These people, our subscribers, turn to us for guidance. They need to be told where the best damn freshly caught worm-free sushi bar in this city is. But we can't tell them. Why? Because one little cub reporter doesn't think it's worth his time. It's not me you let down. It's all our faithful subscribers who every day look forward to opening up the style section of the newspaper and finding a new review of the best food joint that we could possibly grace the cover of our daily section with. So now where are they supposed to eat? At the restaurant we reviewed yesterday? Oh, you would love that, wouldn't you? You'd love to see people being forced into eating at some day-old reviewed diner. Well, it's not gonna happen, damn it! The only reason we don't print a new restaurant review every day is because lazy, lint-picking entrepreneurs don't have the brass cojones to build them fast enough! Damn it, I'll build them my goddamn self if I got it. Now, you son of a stooge, don't ever bitch to me that your assignments are too easy when you can't even get them done! Because if I ever hear you bad-mouthing me, I'm gonna make you staff writer for the obituary. The only reason I'm not canning your hiney for the week is because Steve is sick, and I need some ass-kisser with a pencil to interview Victor Ambrose. So here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna run immediately to the Ambrose Foundation, and after an amazing first impression, you're gonna interview that rich flake with a depth that only God himself could have. In addition, you're gonna hand me that Skyline restaurant review. That it's gonna be so damn detailed, it'll be one step short from printing their goddamn special sauce recipe.
Wait, You mean I get to interview Mr. Ambrose? The Victor Ambrose?
Take a Q-tip and rub the wax out of your ear so I can stop repeating myself. The answer is yeah. Now stop thinking what a great guy I am and get the hell out of here before I get angry.
For 75 cents, you can own the city's premier tabloid newspaper, and for 20 more, you can be editor-in-chief. Me, I'm a reporter, and it's another dog day at the New Aris Chronicle.
More mousse than hair, more sweat than deodorant. Hallmags is a man of many shortcomings. File cabinets of unequal size occupy the corner of the office. They are the mantelpiece for a variety of soda and beer cans, as well as the occasional magazine scrap. The vertical blinds backlight Hallmags at his desk whenever daylight manages to enter. The unframed poster shows crashing waves on a tropical beach. The curl of the corners seem to follow the waves onto the shore. Stacks of newspapers and magazines line the office walls. The tops of the stacks display either a smiling Hallmags or some articles written about him. The papers from a few years back show a thinner but equally bald chief. The blinds afford a view of the rest of the newspaper office. Nary a detail passes the attention of the watchful editor. The patchwork rug shows a good deal of use, as it is threadbare in places. You attempt to talk to your boss.
What are you, stupid? I don't want to see you until you hand me both stories.
The space beyond the door leads to your personal cubicle and the receptionist's desk that precedes it. Your colleague Doug appears to be relaxing on the couch.
Hey, heard you're getting chewed up by Mr. H again. Well, it's almost a full moon. You've got to expect a little insanity around here. Which reminds me, there's supposed to be a lunar eclipse coming up in a few days. You know, I've never actually seen one. Not true. I found a nice little place a couple miles away from here. If you want, I can take you along. Not a bad idea.
Hillary arches over her paperwork. She smiles at you as you approach.
He must be in a good mood. He didn't yell at you. Did he give you another crappy assignment this time? I can't understand it. Just a couple of years ago you broke that big story about Steve Lawson embezzling police money. And what happens? Hallmegs follows it up with another crappy assignment? You were the hottest commodity. Tim, that's not nice. Bye. Oh, and Tim, lighten up. I'm sure the rest of the day will turn out great.
Behind the constellation of holes lies Hallmag's unaffected sneer. You take your set of lucky darts. Dust swirls itself into a frenzy, as does your nostalgia. you can still get a whiff of the printing press smell of the first article you ever placed in here. A collection of pens, coffee mugs, and loose papers clutter your desk. A notepad sits between the monitor and the cubicle wall. You grab a pen and your notepad for the upcoming interview with Victor Ambrose. Even though the little light is not blinking, you check for messages but find none. This little bookshelf holds texts you purchased throughout college. You never had the heart to get rid of them, and occasionally they are of some use. This is a relic of the hover furniture fad. These units have largely been recalled after studies indicated unpredictable chemical emissions from the levitation mechanism. An alternative mechanism is used here, the phone directory. A well-finished door marked Editor. A letter knife. You slip the letter knife into your pocket and hope you won't trip. Hillary would probably object. Hallmag's pride and joy, and the object of everyone else's envy. A stocky-looking man is trying to pry open the door to Hallmag's car with a crowbar. A large satellite dish occupies the rear. Beyond it lies buildings of condemnation and prevalence, but a light smattering of smog obscures any distinction between them. A blue van is parked outside the neighboring building. It has been there for the past few days and shows no sign of moving. City regulations mandate fire hydrants every 25 yards of pavement. A deterrent for those who find the sidewalk a convenient shortcut for turning the corner.
What's your problem, pal? Yeah, I dropped my keys somewhere. Well, what can I say? It's a popular model.
A large You take the subway to the Ambrose Foundation.
How many fluff stories can I be assigned? After 2 years, I think he would hand me a story that would have some meaning. But then Mr. Hallmags wouldn't trouble himself with articles that required thought. I'm just so sick of taking these trivial assignments. I should be covering the river riots or the rise of crime in the inner cities. Yeah, well, I have to admit, this interview looks to be more high class than the ones I've done in the past. I mean, here's a self-made entrepreneur who's accumulated millions of dollars when he was practically still in diapers. Even his hobbies are impressive. Senior judge of the Dab and Wine Tasting Society and founder of the Helping Brushstroke Club, which has not only given art supplies to poor inner-city schools, but they've also provided a gallery for troubled teens to display their work. I think Victor tries to outdo himself with every charitable project, and to his last one outdo them all. Building a free psychiatric hospital for the mentally disturbed? That has to impress even the most callous cynic. I just wonder how Hallmags was able to book an appointment with him, especially considering the reputation that Chronicle has.
The weapons are attached firmly by metal flanges. A note at the base of the piece reads, "Implements are secured for your safety." The layers of lacquered and laminated scales offer some measure of defense against the razor-sharp katana. The helmet and breastplate are in the fine contours of a Greek figure. The shield bears the effigy of a lion's head. The sword is of polished bronze. This article was probably the prize of the auction. The armor plates are well weathered and show some blade-edge dents. This cardboard box must have been recently dropped off by the courier. On it, a label reads, "Paper Product." With a little effort, the dull paper knife breaks the box seal. You open up the flaps. Inside, you find a stack of food shelter tickets. You pick one up when the receptionist is not looking. The receptionist looks toward you as you approach her.
Can I have your name, please? Let's see here. No. No Tim Matchin. Sorry. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
The receptionist
I checked the book twice and you're not on the list. I'm sorry, but I don't believe there's been a mistake. Well, when did you make the appointment? Any appointments that were made a month ago would have been stored in the computer and then printed onto these books. If an appointment was made, it would have been recorded. That would explain it. We had a temp here a few days ago who left the place in shambles. Let's just say that the only thing she could file properly was her fingernails. All right, here's what I'll do. I'm going to squeeze you in right before his next appointment. Mr. Ambrose should be here already. It's not like him to be tardy. Why don't you just relax for a few moments until he arrives?
Carolyn, you didn't mention I had any meetings right now. I hope you'll forgive my tardiness, Mr. It's possible. Why don't you step into my office? Now, what is the nature of your visit, Mr. Machin? Where are my manners? That would be fine, Mr. Machin. But excuse me for a moment while I go wipe my hands. I was feeding my pet. Now, Mr. Machin, let's get down to the interview. When you walked down these halls, didn't you feel it? Presence, Mr. Machin. Yes, the presence felt when sharing the same space with great ambition. When I pass by my employees, they radiate a presence so potent it virtually slaps you on the back. Sadly, though, if we went in our cars and drove down a few blocks and then stepped out, you would feel it, a chill coldness. Ghettos are a lonely void, Mr. Machin. You reach out for that drive felt from the human spirit, and when none is to be found, you withdraw, afraid to feel the emptiness, the cold. Look around you and you'll find partially dead drug abusers and vagrants who have only a cardboard box to call home. Nothing is sadder than wasted potential. Unfortunately, that seems to be our greatest import. Everything runs in cycles, Mr. Machin. For many years, the government took a very conservative stance, and it swung towards liberal, and now back to conservative. Have you ever studied nature, Mr. Machin? Ice turns to water, water evaporates to a gaseous form, and then precipitates back to water. Cycles, Mr. Machin. Be they fashion or poverty, they are always present. Mr. Machin, I have made a career of studying patterns. That is why I'm on top. If you follow patterns like those in a rug, they will lead you to the other end. If I talk about an idea, they call it philosophy. If I perform an idea, they say it's science. And if I make money, they claim it's business. You can choose any title you wish, but what matters is its essence, not its name. Well, as I previously mentioned, there is nothing sadder than wasted potential, and I fully intend to prevent it. This hospital has often been referred to as a warehouse for undesirables, but I see it as a first step towards progression. I feel my actions and my work represent me far better than I could tell you. Yes.
The oval rug bears the effigy of a Macedonian soldier. There is a veritable library in this office. A lustrous veined marble structures the mantelpiece. The embers in the fireplace glow fiery reds. Victor sits at his desk looking through some forms.
Good day, Mr. Machin.
The receptionist looks toward you as you approach her.
Hi. So how did the appointment go? Well, then I'm very sorry.
The phoenix is cut from a glossy jade. It reminds you of Chinese Buddhist art. The golden flames are made from an unfamiliar polished rock. The black base is made of marble. The large mosaic defines the oval of the atrium. A jade phoenix is inset amidst the flames. You take the subway to the New Aris Chronicle.
That really turned out to be an intense interview. I think Victor's enthusiasm is contagious because I feel like writing a top-notch article. Of course, if I did, Holmegs would be sure to chop down my article to a little column. Everything's one column. That way he has room enough for the trashy articles. I don't have room enough for an article on crime against the elderly, but people's astrological signs need to take up a half a page. Not that anyone would bother writing an important scoop. Look at me. The only life-affecting article I've ever signed my name to was the contract with the Chronicle, and I still have 3 years of it to fulfill.
You sit at your desk and type. After some thought, you decide to return later to finish up the story. You play back your messages.
Machin, this is Nick. Here's the last of those favors I owe you. Let me tell you, it's big. Real big. Meet me at the usual place at Heisenberg Park in an hour.
You take the subway to Heisenberg Park.
I see Nick is up to his usual tricks, which means a good scoop for me and a nasty headache for anyone on the receiving end. The first time he gave me an inside story, I ended up busting Captain Barbarelli's ex-partner for embezzlement. Of course, Hall Mags wanted to completely sensationalize it to the point of lies. Well, at least people knew I was the one who cracked the case, even if the story didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. The hardest part of all, though, was turning down those offers from Global Today. How was I to know they were going to offer me a job? If only I didn't sign the contract with New Aris Chronicles just a couple months before. Anyhow, Nick sounded real jittery, like something intense was happening. I haven't heard him that nervous since the fiasco with his ex Sheila. Oh, what a bitch. She tried to take the car, the house, the computer, everything. Said she couldn't stand his line of work. Well, I can't blame her for that, but I can blame her for lying to the judge about Nick cheating on her. Nick would never have an affair. Sheila was all that was on his mind. As for her, I think I used up every roll of film in just a couple days when Nick hired me to take proofs of her affairs. Those pictures sure helped him win his settlement. Man, did it break his heart. Still, the scenario wasn't all bad. After all, it's how I met him. At the time, he couldn't even afford to pay me for the photographs. Said he would owe me some favors. 5 inside scoops before anyone else could get them. He certainly helped get my career started. Never could figure out how he could get so close to all those scandals without getting caught up in them. He always seems to stay just one step ahead.
You stare at the ravaged body in disbelief. It's Nick. Deep slashes checker his bloated torso as the ground is littered with appendages. A hand tries to clasp the broken remains of a cellular phone.
Nick?
What did
Just
Dr.
go to
Marlin
sleep,
do to
Johnny,
Ricky?
and forget about it. Nothing will happen to you, as long as you don't get involved.
A scrawny man hides in the bushes. You grab the man by his jacket.
Ouch! Hey man, let up! What the hell are you talking about? I didn't kill him. He was dead when I got there, man. Look at him! He's been ripped to shreds! I don't have the strength for that! Hell, I don't even have a knife! Look, it's simple. I heard this noise, see? Yeah, it sounded like growling or something. It was really weird. I went over to check it out when I found your friend dead. I'm telling you, man, that's all there is to it. Somebody had it in for your friend. Alright, man. Alright. There's also this. Yeah? Hey! It's a living. Anyhow, I'm getting out of here before the cops come. Better watch your back, pal. Around here, death always rubs off on people who get involved.
A matchbook, a packet of blue dust, stacks of money, and a fake FBI ID. They bulge the wallet's skin to the point of ripping. Nick's best fake ID yet. With a blurry picture and an official signature by the fictional federal agent Sykes, this ID is sure to fool most. Fragile cyan snowflakes gather within the packet. The match's body is made of fuzzy cardboard that droops even before you strike it. The bottom of the matchbook reads, "Last Chance Bar."